Sup everyone, in this video I'm gonna look over the Subzero Generation 7 7-string guitar. So this guitar, I believe, might be the cheapest 27-inch 7-string you can buy in the UK, or maybe even in wider areas, because I know Harley Benton does a multi-scale guitar, but I think that's more expensive. So I think that would take the title of being the cheapest one that you can get. So there's a couple of different versions. Obviously, the Subzero version, they are being sold out, though, the last stock on the Gear4Music website, because they're replacing the logo to G4M, which is Gear4Music, and they're gonna charge £29 extra. I don't know if it's any better. I don't know if there are any differences in the quality that you actually get out of the box. But yeah, this is still the older one. So yeah, it's 27-inch, 24 frets. The nut, it looks Graphtec, but I don't know if it's plastic or Graphtec, but it looks Graphtec. So it has a reverse headstock, which is really good for the lower strings. It's a single railed bridge, 2 humbuckers, tone volume, 3-way switch, maple neck, die-cast tuners, and yeah, that's about it really when it comes to the specs. So playability wise, super comfortable. The body has loads of cutaways all around on the front to reach the higher frets here and even here if you want to play upside down, I don't know. Some body contours here are, you know, they're being shaped in a different way, and also at the back there is a cutaway. There's a cutaway here as sorry, on this side, and the heel joint has a bit of a cutaway in here as well to make it like a bit smoother and easier. I don't know if you can see it in the right way, but it looks like that. The tone control and the volume control feel good, no issues. Three-way switch feels good as well. The tuners do the job. They're not perfect, but they are not jumping when you turn them. It's very hard to make this guitar go out of tune, and which is a really big positive for something that costs so little. Yeah, with the nut there is no problem, except it's not about the way, you know, how evenly they are cut. They are cut evenly and well. The slots are cut too high, so you would have to file it down for some of the strings here to bring them down a little bit. But with the nut, that's the only issue really. When it comes to the frets themselves, I used to have an 8-string version of this, and the 8-string had quite a lot of issues when it comes to the fretwork. It was very sharp. Some of the frets were popping up. That's not the issue here. All of the frets, when you go across, only the 12th fret here feels sharper. The rest of them are fine. Slightly, you can feel them here, but not in a major way. They will never injure you or anything like that. You have to kind of force it a bit more to actually feel them. Some of the frets were not leveled, so I did get rid of that issue. I have leveled the frets, so that's not there anymore. But it's something that I have to point out, that quite a few frets were not actually leveled, so the action couldn't be brought down as much. But I leveled them, and you know, they are okay. So that's pretty much the only thing when it comes to the fretwork. It's inconsistent. I don't know, you know, how every guitar is gonna be. When it comes to the pickups, on the 8-string, they were really amazing. They were not muddy. They had a lot of gain in them. They were really good. A lot of power behind them. Those are super weak. They're not muddy as well. They are on the right path, similar to what the 8-string had, but they are really weak. I had to push a lot of gain into my setup, whether I do, to get the right sound out of them. So obviously, to be fair, I'm not into one of those, you know, guitar players who like, oh, you know, I'm gonna exchange my pickups for this and that. Like they try to sound big or something, like, even though they have good sounding pickups in the guitar already, like, just stop. But for this occasion, because of how really weak they are, I would recommend swapping them. Definitely into like a DiMarzio pickup, or if you want to go active, whatever you fancy, because they don't have a lot of output at all. So that's the thing there. When it comes to the neck, it is thin, but it's not as thin as the Wizard neck on the Ibanez. I had the Ibanez Premium Series 7-string, and it's not that thin. However, it is still very, very thin, and the neck profile is actually a C shape that it's rounded. So it's rounded equally all the way around the neck. So it's not like a D shape almost, where, you know, at the back of most 7 strings it feels flatter in the middle. That's not here. It's rounded all the way around, so it's comfortable, but it's still very thin. In fact, it's exactly the same neck profile as on a Dean Michelangelo Berio signature, like a Mab 1. It has exactly the same profile where it's rounded, and it's actually almost pretty much the same thickness. So that's there. Other than that, playability wise, you know, because of the neck being actually really smooth, there is no finish on it at all. Feels good to play. It's fast. Because of the fretwork, now that I fixed it, you know, it's really easy to play on the higher frets. It's really good to play. So with that being said, I am going to do some clean channel, distortion channel, sound examples, and for all of the sounds I am using the JST Disruptor Dino Cazares plugin, because it's a 7-string. I'm a huge Dino fan and I like his play style. So for a 26.5 scale length, he plays 62 to a 10.5, I believe. So on this one I have a 59 to a 10.5. It's slightly longer scale, so it takes the string better, and it's in A standard tuning. So yeah, thank you for listening, and thanks for watching as well.